Good morning, students. Today we will start with our history chapter, the last history chapter, chapter 7, the post-independence India. Okay, now India after independence. We have seen that our national leaders, they have struggled so much. So many of them have given their life for our independence. Okay, and we got our independence. Now after independence also India just ऐसा नहीं है कि there were no such problems faced by India after independence. After independence also India had to face so many problems, isn't it? Now what were the problems faced by India after independence? That problems have been discussed in this chapter. Now the Article of India's independence was passed in the British Parliament in the year 1947. We know that we got our independence on 15th August 1947. Okay. Now at that time India was divided into two, India and Pakistan. Okay. Now so many problems arose at that time. Our national leaders, the main leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Gandhi ji, they had to face so many problems in dividing India and Pakistan. Now the two major problems India faced after independence were framing the Constitution of India that we have started. It took nearly 2.5 years to frame the Constitution, and our Constitution had been started implementing from 26th January 1950. Okay, that was the big problem of framing the Constitution, how to run our country, what were the laws to be undertaken to run such a vast country. That problem slowly and gradually within 2.5 years it had been solved. Now the next problem India faced was to put an end to the sovereignty of British Empire on the princely states and merging them into making an intact India. Now at that time, means before independence and at the time of independence, there were so many princely states in India. Now you must know the difference between the princely states and the British, we can say the British provinces. Now British India was divided into what were called as the British Indian provinces and the princely states. Means at that time in India there were some provinces which were known as British Indian provinces and some provinces were known as princely states. Now what was the difference between these two? The British Indian provinces were directly under the control of British government. हमने देखा था कि ब्रिटिश ने कितने सारे प्रोविंसेस को अपने अंडर कैप्चर कर लिया था, isn't it? They were having a full hold on these provinces. So these provinces were known as what? British Indian provinces, and some were known as princely states. Now several large and small states ruled by princes, called the princely states, enjoyed some form of control over their internal affairs as long as they accepted British supremacy. Now those provinces which were ruled by the kings or the prince, isn't it? That provinces were known as princely states. Okay, and till the time they adopted this British supremacy, जब तक ब्रिटिश लोगों ने उनके ऊपर कंट्रोल ना किया था, तब तक वो लोग क्या बोले जाते थे? princely states. Okay, so till the time of independence also there were some states, some provinces जिनके ऊपर ब्रिटिशर्स ने पूरा कब्जा नहीं किया था, that were known as what? Princely states. Now princely states covered 1/3 of the land area of the British Indian Empire. So from the full of India, nearly 1/3 of the Indian area was under princely states. Now at the time of independence, it was announced by the British that with the end of their rule over India, supremacy of the British crown over princely states would also lapse. Independence जब होगा, जब इंडिया को फ्री किया जाएगा, तो जो ब्रिटिश सुप्रीमेसी है वो ख़त्म हो जाएगा. दिस मीन दैट ऑल दीज स्टेट्स, as many as 565 in all, would become legally independent. Means इतने सारे states थे at that time, princely states, nearly 565 states, all these states will become independent. The British government took the view that all these states were free to join either India or Pakistan or remain independent if they so wished. Now at that time British government declared कि these princely states have 3 options. उनको 3 ऑप्शन दिए जाएंगे कि whether these states, अगर राजाओं को चाहिए, if they wish, they could join their states with India. That was the first option. Second was if they wished, they join their state with Pakistan. And the third one, if they wished, they can remain totally independent. Means they neither join Pakistan, neither join in India. They have the choice to remain independent. This decision was left not to the people but to the princely rulers of these states. This was a very serious problem and could threaten the very existence of the united India. So this was a big problem that all the princely states had to face, India had to face, कि कहाँ पे मर्ज करें. अब इंडिया और पाकिस्तान दो अलग अलग नेशन हैं, तो it was left on these kings where to join their state. Now after gaining independence, Maharaja of Bhavnagar, Krishna Kumar Singh, was the first king to start responsible government, that is 15th January 1948. Bhavnagar state was merged with United Saurashtra state, which was created due to efforts of Sardar Patel, that is 15th February 1948. Okay, so Maharaja of Bhavnagar, Krishna Kumar Singh, he first declared that he will join his princely state with Saurashtra. Okay, Saurashtra के साथ join करेगा. Okay, and this was due to the efforts of Sardar Patel. The event of formation of United Saurashtra state was described by Jawaharlal Nehru as the most notable merger in the contemporary history. Okay, so this was the big, we can say, decision taken by Krishna Kumar Singh. Okay, अपना पूरा एक state merge कर देना किसी और state में, that was a big decision taken by Maharaja of Bhavnagar. Okay. Now, what was government's approach? The interim government took a firm stance against the possible division of India into small principalities of different sizes. Sardar Patel was India's deputy prime minister and the home minister during the crucial period immediately following independence. He played a historic role in negotiating with the rulers of princely states firmly but diplomatically and bringing most of them into the Indian Union. Now, at that time, it was very difficult to convince all the princely states to merge their states with India, because our leaders wanted that अगर छोटे 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 राज्य रहेंगे वापस से अलग अलग ही वो रूल होंगे तो it will be again India would be divided. So better that all these princely states merge their these states into India and India becomes one strong united nation. Okay, so at that time Sardar Patel, he was the deputy prime minister of India and he was given the responsibility of merging all these states into India. उनको ये काम सौंपा गया था कि वो सब इन स्टेट्स को कन्विंस करें कि अपना वो राज्य किसके साथ मिला दें, इंडिया के साथ, so that India becomes a strong and a united nation. And Sardar Patel had done all this work, we can say very firmly and diplomatically. उन्होंने पूरे दृढ़ निश्चय से ये काम भी किया and diplomatically means he convinced all the kings to merge their state with India. See here, Sardar Patel, we consider him as the Iron Man of India. Now, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel appealed to the kings and nawabs of the princely states that they should voluntarily forsake their respective states in the interest of their subjects and the union of India. He tried to convince the nawabs or the kings कि वो voluntarily अपनी मर्जी से ही अपना स्टेट किस में मर्ज कर दें, इंडिया में. इससे उनके सिटीजन्स को मीन्स उनके सब्जेक्ट्स को एज वेल एज इंडिया बोथ विल बी बेनिफिटेड. द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया विल टेक केयर ऑफ द सिटीजन्स. उनकी जो भी मांगे हैं, जो भी डिमांड्स हैं, वो सब इंडिया पूरा करेगा, isn't it? So the citizens would be taken care of, and secondly India would become a strong and a united nation. He stimulated nationalism. उन्होंने किसके ऊपर दबाव डाला? Nationalism. Kings, Rajwadas and Nawabs contributed in the making of a strong, integrated and prosperous India. Sardar Patel assured them to protect their rights and interests, isn't it? So they tried to make India a strong and a integrated, मतलब united nation and a prosperous India. And Sardar Patel on the other side assured them, isn't it, okay, we will give all the rights and we will look to the interest of the citizens. Sardar Patel and the Secretary of the Home Department, Mr. V.P. Menon, prepared the draft for attachment bond and status quo agreement. उन्होंने पूरा ये ड्राफ्ट बनाया Okay, and draft means we can say कि लिखा हो, लिखित में पूरा बनाया कि yes, all these states are a part of India now. Attachment, एक bond बनाया. Okay, and who was his helper? Mr. V.P. Menon, his secretary. Related contribution in the draft were made by committees comprising kings, and the final formation of draft was made. Kings were happy by this draft. So many kings, nearly all the kings were happy by this draft. Okay, जो भी we can say signing जो था, the kings done it very happily, except Kashmir, Hyderabad and Junagadh. 559 princely states accepted this instrument of accession and joined the Union of India. Okay, so nearly 559 princely states were happily signed this draft. उन्होंने अपना पूरा princely state किसके साथ join कर दिया? इंडिया के साथ. India became a very strong and a united India. But only 3 kings, we can say, the 3 provinces, Kashmir, Hyderabad and Junagadh. These 3 provinces, did not wish to join with India. Okay, now all these topics is being given. You go through these topics, very small topics and easy topics are these. So you go through it, read it. The same topics are being given on page number 47 of your textbook. Okay, the first 2-3 paragraphs I have covered. Go through it, read it. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you, Peter.